morning. Good morning. Let's jump out here. What we got? So right now we have uh PRTG that came out with Catalyst yesterday afternoon. Some pretty big catalysts for them. Pretty big catalysts if it works out for a lot of people. All right. Let's see what we got. So it got going, let's see. Started down here from 4 something dollars, ripped up 5 all the way to 12. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and open this. And let's go to stocks and see what that news was. I think it was something to deal with cancer. RTG. Portage Biotech. Press releases, we have Portage Biotech reports promising preclinical results. Okay, so this is before it hits the clinics. In the mesothelioma supporting first in human trial of PORT7. Okay, so let's click into that. Mesothelioma, it's like in the lining of the tissues surrounding different organs, but it's a cancer in that lining. Let's see, encouraging efficacy data in marine mesothelioma model with a selective A to B adenosine receptor antagonist given as a single agent or in combination with anti-PD-1 antibody. Okay, Portage presented preclinical data. A selective generated by Dr. Luciano Muti, Gruppo Italiano, European Lung Cancer Congress held in Paris, France, March 26th through 29th. Okay, so the it's still going on right now. Okay, let's jump out here to Yahoo. PRTG. Profile. Let's go see this profile. So this is coming out of Tortola, British Virgin Islands. This is a clinical stage immune oncology company, engages in the research and develops pharmaceutical and biotechnology products. Its product pipeline comprises of Port 8, a dual inhibitor of the adenosine receptors 2A and 2B, which is in preclinical trial to treat solid tumors. Port 9, a to B antagonist, which is in the preclinical stage program to treat colorectal and gastrointestinal cancers. And then Port 3, a polylactide glycolide, which is in the phase 1 to treat NYESO1 positive tumors. The company also develops Port 4, a nanolipo gel co-formulations to treat solid tumors. So a lot of cancer and tumor talk there. Let's go to the statistics here. So on the statistics, we can see, let's see, where's the float? Float is under 1 million. Insiders, heavy insider holding, 51%, and very low institutions. That's probably why I was able to move so much. Let's go over here. and cross check PRTG. Okay, public float there under 1 million. Whoops. All right, insider owning, you have very high float under 1 million. So that beta, it follows the market a little bit, not much. RTG. Yeah, everything's saying that it's under 1 million. Let's go to BAM SEC and see what its paperwork is looking like. RTG. Okay, no shelf registrations. 4-2. All right. I did take one trade yesterday, and I lost 50 bucks on it on T9. The leading mover yesterday was MLGO, and I did notate that on most of the days that I am taking those losses, there's a leader out there, and usually it's something that I really don't want to trade, like a Chinese stock, like MLGO. MLGO definitely took souls yesterday, though. We look here. This thing had a parabolic move up, right? Parabolic move up from 11 all the way to 20, and then fell from 20 down to like $13. Okay. And for me, I can't do Chinese stocks. I don't care how good the move looks going up and all that stuff. I'm just like, nah, they're taking souls. They're taking souls. So I'm like, look, I'll lose my little 50 bucks. I could jump back on that wagon anytime I want to, but you know, I'm cool. This one though, PRTG, is from the Virgin Islands. We are seeing what looks like a slight, let's see, high of this one was 1350 and then 1350. So a double top there. We'll see what it wants to do from that double top. Definitely needs to come back down and make some supports, but definitely ripped out of there too. But this is all on preclinical data. So this is before it even goes into the clinic for testing. This is basically on theory alone. So we'll see how this theory holds up on Friday. Has 6 million shares traded on it. And hopefully you guys can hear me on Kick and on Twitch. I did restart those so you can get your audio. I don't know how the audio doesn't work, but then it comes out on the after recordings. If I don't restart, I don't even know. It's whatever. Y'all should be getting y'all's volume out there. Let's see what we got. So looking over at the NQ itself. Let's back off of this thing real quick. So the NQ continued to move down. So we spotted this, we saw this trend line from weeks ago, came up, tested the trend line, came through it and tested it 1, 2, 3 times. So it did cause some issues, touching this 3 times and continuing downward. Now what I was looking for yesterday on T9 is for it to go ahead and rip back up here and going up a little bit, take me up with it, right? T9 is a kind of like a slow follower of the market, so I was like, if it can rip, you know, we could be looking pretty good. But it failed the ATR high back down and continued downward. So I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, at this point, it is under the ATR lows. It has hit a bottom down here of 19,844. I don't know if there's anything over here. There's one tap here. That was the trend line. Let's go ahead and mark this up. This little area right here. And other than that trend line, I'm not seeing. Let me just do a line here so I can see back across time where it is. Okay, so it had one touch there. Something was happening around here. But this is going back earlier in the month. It's been tapped 2 times in close proximity. This is at the beginning of the month. So it has been tapped 3 times. And then other than that, nothing. So 3 times, 3 taps on this little level here. Edits. Let's be lazy actually. Let's go ahead and I will delete this. I will copy one of these and I'll move it down. And I will change this to 3. 3x taps. 3 previously tested. Okay. So we got that level in there of, it's kind of right around what it came down to, the 19,850. Activate this and bring it down just a little bit. 19,850 is where I'll call it. And I can't exactly get it where I want it. So I will change this to 850. 850. All right, so we got 3 taps around that level. And it has been notated. Let's go back over to PRT. Had this range from 1140s down here to 870s. And we'll see how it holds after this double top. What is this? 1268. Oops. 1268, 1270. But that candle has not closed yet, so I'm just can't really label anything because this candle has what, almost 12 minutes on it. Okay, QQ, boom. And then the SPY, QQQ, NQ are all red right now. All right, so it looks like we're ready to go on everything else. So we'll see. What is this? We'll see how PRTG wants to act up. Was I getting a text about something else? Nope, PRTG is the only thing we got. Okay, make sure my other streams are up here. Hopefully you guys have been doing pretty good this week. Oh, actually, let's I know I went over this briefly. Let's go back to the trade. So T9 trade yesterday, lost about 13 cents on a little bit of slippage. I had it set up where, you know, I lose about 10 cents. I had 419 shares. Let's go look at this trade. I didn't want to do that. Oh, I keep selecting that. I want to go to the actual trade itself. Okay, so these are the things that I noted from yesterday. One, I got the ATR Wilder break, but I did not get the ATR, like the ATR that comes from no pre-market, the previous day's ATR basically. And so I marked those as mistakes on this one. And plus, we had a Chinese stock leading in volume. We had no decisive short win confirmed. So the shorts had not really blasted it down or really made it do anything spectacular to cause entry for longs. It was kind of just petering out. So it had this little come up towards $3, tried to get through it, and so I entered on a 4th time to see if it could actually get on through there, and it did not. It went ahead and stopped me out for that little 10-13 cent loss, and I just took my little loss and, you know, took it on the chin. It has not updated so when these sit in here, I think it takes a day for it to do it, but it will actually show, like on this one, should show the pricing here. Yeah, so it shows the profit, the running P&L, how much I was down, and then how much it went up. So like on VVPR, I took this trade, I went directly into the green. And at this point, I was like, ooh, I might want to put this thing at break even. It went up 32 bucks, but it went up quick. And then it came back down. And then I was down. What? If I can make this show up, it's down 38 bucks. Okay. And then it came back through and rose up. So that was the profit movement on here. And I think it takes about a day for this to populate. But the other one, T9, doesn't have it yet, so it'll have it soon. And it shows all of your best X's, best, the best things that you could have done and all that good stuff. So I got a majority of the profit off of this. It went up to a high of 110. I ended up walking away with 101, so gave back like $9 on it just moving around. And I was taking profit on the way up too, so I didn't have the full size all the way up here. All right, back over here. So yeah, right now the month is still looking okay. Looks like all of my red days are falling on Thursdays almost. But that's okay. We'll pattern that out. But right now the curve, it was up, and then kind of fell off a little bit, and now it's working its way back up. Just getting back on the wagon. A lot of these days, especially with these Chinese leaders, I should just be like, you know what? Maybe today ain't the day. And I can keep some money in my pocket. But for now, oh well. Still sitting around the 80% win. So it came down a little bit. It was up higher, but those couple of losers definitely took their toll. PRTG did come off of this level, so I would count this as a body block level. So we will edit. We'll go. It's the top of the move. Body block. And this body block was created during pre-market of 3/28/2025. Body block. Okay. All right, there we go. So from here, just want to see what it does. It didn't quite reach 10 million shares traded. It popped so big during after hours. I know, people probably have orders to sell. People have all kinds of stuff to go. But we'll see how it navigates this whole double top area here. And this body block, this first at the 1270. I guess you could round it up to 1275, but I'm just taking the top of that candle as kind of like a shoulder there. But it's definitely above that pre-market, the no pre-market ATRs down there. We'll just have to see where the new Wilder's ATR come out. Nothing to see here. Says overall market volatility has been great for trading. Yes. The movements, when we can find something that's actually moving with the market, it is amazing. Now, for the mid and the large caps, I'm looking for things that usually move at least $2 in a day. And that seems to kind of be working for me. Of course, Nvidia, Tesla, and some of them, they move, $9, $10, $5, $6 in a day. But I want a minimum of $2, even for the mid caps, to give me the rate of change that I need to try to make money on them. Now, for the most part, I'm looking to aim at about 30 cents per trade, 30 cents of profit. And then if I get that 30 cents, I slap a hard stop there at the 30 cents. Or if it's moving really fast, I'm taking profit on the way up. And I've seen that I can consistently see 30 cents, with the stocks that I'm choosing. So I'm like, okay, let's just do that. And I'm not too worried about getting more than 30 cents. Because a lot of times getting more than that is kind of like, it happens sometimes, but if I can get 30 cents consistently, then all I need to do is just size up on those moves that are doing 30 cents, right? PRTG pulling back up a little bit, hit a low down here of 1178. has a point of control right now of 1225. 1225. Just pushing around right now. Now, with this being Friday, I want to see how wicky this thing gets because it didn't really have a whole lot of wicks back here on Thursday, but now on Friday we're starting to count them up, starting to see some double tops and all kinds of indecision because of the catalyst that it has, that preclinical catalyst. Good morning, Donnell. Um, Nothing to see here. You said still not sure why you trade these penny stocks because there's opportunity everywhere in the market. It's almost like saying, man, I don't know why people drink milk. I don't know why, people eat meat. I don't know why people cut their grass. I don't know what. There's opportunity to profit, you know. Now, again, I trade more than small caps. Okay, I trade mid caps. I trade large caps. So, you know, um, I also have long term trades. So it's not, I diversify my portfolio. It's not like I'm 100% small cap trader and that's it. I diversify. Anyway, Donnell, I don't know if you touched this one yet in pre-market, but it's already kind of made a little bit of a move here. PRTG. We'll see how it goes though. I have many setups that I can pull from down here. I can jump into any of my trading platform. Now this TOS setup is for small caps. I have another one for my dividends, another one for my long terms and all that good stuff. But I can easily just switch over. And plus I have alerts on everything. So any scans that come up with anything else, I just look over, get a text message, hey, this thing popped on your scanner. Okay, let's go check that out. So I don't have to sit here, all day, every day. I'm going to get the alerts, whether, whatever. Too extended on PRTG, Donnell says. Yeah, it's definitely got some extension. How you feel about that catalyst on PRTG though? It's preclinical, so that means before the clinical trials even start, they had this meeting from where is it? They had this meeting from the 26th to the 29th. So the meeting started on Wednesday, it's going to end tomorrow about this preclinical data. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what this open's going to look like with being held up on basically theory. I would like to see like some testing go on and all of that good stuff. But it is the hype, it is the right now phase of it. They dropped the news during that and everybody was like, oh, let's go buy this. And that's another thing. I try to do some critical thinking. I'm not doing just jumping into these trades. You know what I'm saying? I want to think about the catalyst, think about why and the reasoning, and if it is worth the shot of trading first. Like I'm not hyper scalping where you see it pop up on your scan and you just go over and press the buy button. I'm going into the statistics. I want to know a little bit more about the stock. Where is it from? Why is it doing XYZ? And so, I'm not just jumping into a shark pit here. But all of the websites, whatever, said the float is under 1 million shares traded. It does not have any shelf registrations. As far as the profile goes, it is from the Virgin Isle or the Tortola British Virgin Islands. It has been around, let's see, does not have a year that it was created, but looking over here at the higher time frames, maximize sell. we can see that it has had some pops and drops. Got up here, and I put the 1270 is where it double topped at, which is very close to this level that it was already. It had did back here in December, 1270, but it's on preclinical data. So looking through, let me back this up a little bit more. We can see that it's had a little consistent movement down. Hasn't really, maybe it's had reverse splits. What was that high up there? 800. Nah, it's definitely not been up to the $800. So it's definitely had some type of splits. Previous day, let's see, what was this? This was November, well, no, September 18th, 2024. Had a pop and drop, pop and drop. So will this be another pop and drop? It came right back to this 1270 level. So I'm not super faithful to this one. I'm thinking it can go down more than up. And it's been seeming like the small caps have been having um, some pretty parabolic moves on things that either don't have catalysts or they have really, really shady catalysts. So it hasn't really been anything that's been like, okay, this makes sense to trade, right? Uh, Nothing to see here. Didn't you learn anything from your mentor, Mr. Livermore? Mr. Livermore, he was in a different time, man. Different time, different place, man. Different time, different place. Now he does have some um talking points that are relevant, right? When it comes to um trade psychology and kind of thinking about the market, thinking about the supply and demand, thinking about the want and the desire in the market. He does have some talking points there because there's definitely, just like with this one with PRTG with this big move up, well, there's some desire there, but is the desire warranted? Is it something that you can put a receipt behind and say, okay, well, I paid this for this. Um, will it continue to perform? Will it continue to do what it's going to do? And I don't think so on PRTG. Um, all these penny stocks always the same on long term chart. I mean, for some of them, not all of them. Some of them do have uptrends. Some of them are moving upward. It's just, you just kind of gotta gauge them out. And really, the charts. I mean, after the catalyst, the charts can transform. Like they can gap up, they can do more than what their charts say, which is what most people are looking forward to for that parabolic move, for that re what's the word? Re I don't know what you would call it, for it to break out and kind of re-image the chart, right? You could be looking at the chart, man, this chart looks dead, and then all of a sudden you get something that is actually popping on good news, and it changes the whole chart, what it looks like. And that's the power of the small caps. Now with large caps and mid caps, you don't have that. Large cap and mid cap, if they're gonna be good, if they're gonna be, doing good things that are affecting a large amount of people and things, they just hold up. They're more stable. They're safer. They don't have the crazy volatility of small caps where you can be into a trade and like now some of the mid caps can, like I think SMCI is one that can definitely take your soul if you let it. Um, it always moves a pretty big amount. Let me see. There was another one that I had traded. I think it was MSTR or MSTR. STR. Was that it? MicroStrategy is one that can definitely take your soul. It was up here at 341, and I actually traded this one. It came down to 340. I forgot what day I traded. It was back. But whatever. MSTR. Um, News doesn't change the chart. Fundamentals do. I mean, that does not really make sense. News doesn't change the chart. Fundamentals do. Okay, so this news on PRTG, it is weak news. It is super weak news. But did it change the chart? I think it did. I mean, looking at this percentage gain, looking at how it moved here, I mean, we can see this during pre-market. Now, this is pre-market. This is an extended hour after hours into pre-market. We don't know what the intraday would do, but it did change the chart. That's why people are like, "Whoa, what happened over there? Why is it 7 million shares traded during pre-market?" Right? So I don't know if that's completely valid statement. I don't think any of us are looking to day trade a chart that hasn't changed, right? Not day trade, maybe swing trade, maybe do like an iron condor on an options play or spread on the options, but something where the chart has changed significantly, there's a high percentage gain. That's where eyes go on the day-to-day trade. Unless you're using a slower strategy, a strategy that doesn't really care about the movement out of a range, but a strategy that says, hey, I want this thing to stay in this range. And so you're playing kind of like the highs and lows of a smaller mover. Kind of like those stocks that kind of do barcode, kind of like it looks like it's like squares or whatnot. Or maybe not even squares, because Tesla kind of trades like that, and Nvidia trades like that too sometimes, where they get this range and you can trade in between the range. But still, even in that, you need to know the rate of change. Like if it only moves 20 cents a day and you're expecting to get, a dollar or something, that's not gonna work. Yeah, Ben's still alive. He has made some significant progress um in life, and he's been doing it on the crypto side. He's been working and all that good stuff. Yeah, he's definitely still alive. And this year is probably one of the better years for him. So, I need to tell him to, buzz in at some point. I don't even know if he's woke right now, to be honest. I don't even know. Because I moved my stream time up. So, these early mornings, I'm cool with waking up and seeing what's moving. Go ahead and get a idea of what the market's doing so I don't get wrangled into something later on in the day. I'm like, okay, I already know the market is red on the day. I already know all of these things. So I want to know what kind of key points have been tested, touched, or whatever in the market. Right now, we tested this uptrend 1, 2, 3 times. We started moving down. We have now tested this level down here. Basically, the 19,850 is where I marked. It's been tested 3 times in the past, from what I saw. So we'll see how it holds this level. And it is Friday, so I'm not expecting anything super big on Friday. I would really expect it to consolidate more. Maybe get up and just try to hold around 20,000 and just consolidate for the weekend. But you never know. Let's go and see if we got any speakers today. Any of those speakers on Friday on the 28th. Governor Michael S. Barr is speaking about banking policy at the 2025 Banking Institute in Charlotte, North Carolina today. That's going to be at 12:15 p.m. I don't know if that's Eastern or Standard. I don't know what that time period is, but he's supposed to be speaking today. And then behind that is pretty much the regular stuff that happens on a Friday. Let's go and look at next week. Have they already posted it? 3/28 next week. 4/1, so April 1st. Wednesday, Kugler, inflation expectations and monetary policy making. U.S. economic outlook and central bank communications. Economic outlook, artificial intelligence and banking. Okay. So pretty much everything is happening in the first week. First week, all of the speakers are going to be speaking here. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I will one life. He's definitely man, he's been out of the scene so long. I'm like, bro, just but actually, now with the things that he's finishing up, he's actually probably gonna be able to come back and stream and kind of show his face, show that he's still alive, show his new battle scars and all that good stuff. But yeah, I we talk often. I'm just like, bro, just get on, bro. Get into Discord, say something, you know. He's just I don't know. He's become like a um semi crypto developer slash all this stuff. So he just is clicking buttons and going on and working. But anyway, yeah, just getting my bearing in the market before the market starts. Let me see. PCE today, 4-2 Trump tariff. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tariffs are coming up. Then oh yes, I forgot all about that. Well, I didn't forget. I knew it was coming next week, but yeah, tariffs on Wednesday. Boy, that's gonna be something else. All right, so how are you planning on playing it? Are you planning on just sitting it out and waiting till all the news hits? Or are you planning on some things exploding on that day? Whether it's I'm just trying to think. The things that would be going up is like maybe oil. Let me look at oil. What is oil doing right now? So it has been trending up for the last couple of days since basically this whole month actually. Got this little bottom here around 65 bucks and has been going up towards um this whole tariff deal. So I kind of want to see what that ends up doing. What that ends up doing. Okay, and okay. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I don't know how I want to think about the market until next week just to see how people start to react. You know, I want to see, is it going to be a big turnaround? Because I don't know. It creates this indecision. And it's like, who's gonna it's hard to predict the future. That's all I know. I think we're gonna either see some big gaps or maybe it's gonna be underwhelming. Maybe it's gonna be something that's like we were expecting this big thing to happen and then nothing. It's like, oh, okay, this happened, so what? But I don't know. I don't know. I only traded 3 times last 2 weeks. I see a strike, I get out and watch again. Same handful of stocks, y'all. Yep, yep, yep. Still been filling up the whole dividend portfolio out here though. Added to it last week and just looking for more things to buy. My AT&T is doing amazing. Uh that one definitely flew the coop. It is up there at 28 bucks now. I bought this one at 13 bucks. So that one's just good. Good. Going on up. I hope it gets over 50, you know. But because it pays that nice sweet dividend as well. And one that I've been watching to fall is Intel. Intel has been on my radar for a while. And every time it comes under 20 bucks, I'm like, man, come on, man. Just I need you to fall. Stop playing and fall. You said nothing new, you'll change your name back next time. Nah, you're good, man. You're good. I know you got like 10 different identities. PTRG coming up to this 1270, probably gonna find a little bit of resistance. We'll see though. It is 701. Will it come back down and test this 380 level, or will it just consolidate today? Mm. I have found it easier though to trade things that either follow or inverse the market strongly. When we get small caps that really follow the market, like they have a pretty high beta score, they do pretty well when the market incentivizes them or agrees with the idea of them going up or down. But these past ones, past couple of weeks, especially these Chinese stocks, MLGO, it doesn't care about the market. And so with that, it doesn't matter if the market's going up, down, whatever. It just does what it wants and then takes souls. But I have strictly avoided two types of stocks: Chinese stocks and Israeli stocks. Those two are can't do it. Can't do it. Now I haven't found anything else that I've traded that's caused me as much problems as Israeli stocks and Chinese stocks. So I kind of am honed in on those two variables. But yeah, they mean death every time. Every single time. Oil looking like it's just in consolidation. Like that. I have been implementing well, not really implement, I've been using the ATRs, but I've been using two different types. I used the one from the close of yesterday and the one from the open. And I kind of like to see stocks form a trend above those levels and continue for continuation upwards. And that's helped me a lot as far as increasing win rate, win percentage, and identifying profit taking and all of that good stuff. Those ATRs have been pretty good in the small cap, and to be honest, in the mid caps and the large caps too. So they when Tesla approaches the ATR, hits his head, it will turn around. Now, how far it turns around, we don't know, but they react. They get reactive to the ATRs. They get reactive much more so. And I haven't used a VWAP in a very long time now. I haven't used EMAs or anything like that. I pretty much use the volume profile, kind of seeing where the majority of trading has gone, and then the ATRs. Other than that, I just don't really use that much stuff. A lot of days, I don't know. I haven't looked at those indicators in so long. They just hmm. You like when stocks follow rules? Yes, sir. Well, one thing that I realized about penny stocks is they can follow rules, but they gotta follow your rules. Like what I mean by that is like, okay, if you find variables that you like about a stock, and I like right now I got what, like 3,000 trades or something like that. I know that I want to see specific things happen at the ATRs, above the ATRs. I want to see specific candle patterns. I want to have at least either you have no catalysts, or I mean no catalyst stocks pretty much are kind of those that catch you off guard. And they may come and stop you out and then continue higher. Um, but if it's got a catalyst like today with PRTG, it's not that it doesn't have a catalyst, it's that the catalyst may not be good at all. It's preclinical catalyst. So no testing. It's basically like them saying, we sat in a room, We did math, we thought about this, and this is what we think is going to happen, right? But nothing has been tested. So that's why I'm thinking PRTG shorts would go after it. Now, can a stock do a breakout even with that catalyst? Sure, and it could rip them again, but it's already made this extended move. It's opened up today and kind of piddled around in here around $10, and I'm just not seeing it worth $10 for me. I think it can get back under $10, and so I'm guessing that shorts could be thinking that too. Now, will they trade the open? Maybe they'll take small shares, maybe, but I think the majority of the move will be downwards today. Now, it may take some time, it may grind around because we're already seeing these wicks. Yesterday, it didn't really have that many wicks, and this is a 15-minute chart. And so these wicks on the 15-minute chart are a little bit more significant than if they were on like a 1 minute or whatever. I only do entries on the 15 minutes, so yeah, kind of like to decrease the amount of candles that I see and increase the quality of the trade, I guess you can call it. Decrease quantity, increase quality. But yeah, this one definitely coming on down here. Yes, sir. Yeah, Rexcon has been using the ATR as well. Um, and he does a lot of testing with the large caps, mid caps, and things like that. So, there's definitely some opportunity around it. It's just you have to build it into your strategy. And he's always testing and, back testing and cross testing and all of that stuff. So it's always good to have a fellow tester, back tester in there. But yeah, PRTG, I'm just not too concerned about it. I want something else to pop up actually. Friday. Since we already got this bottom between 19,850 and the top side up there at 20,000, I just think it can hang around 20,000. Just hang. Mm-mm. Um, mm, hmm. Energy consultation, demonstration transparency, providing congressional disapproval. Yeah, Rex, that's probably the biggest thing because it's like the imaginary lines are so easy. It's so easy to do. It's like, man, I just believe this level right here will hold. I just believe. But the way that I've been doing it is I take the most recent obvious thing and just walk back from there. What is the most recent? Can I find multiple times that that thing has been tested? And a lot of times it's hard with small caps seeing the most recent thing because if they haven't popped in like a year or something like that. Looking back a year on a small cap that just recently got catalyst, it just doesn't work that much. But on the large caps, when we see those triple bottoms, those quadruple bottoms or whatever, it's been tested multiple times, or the trend line that's been tested multiple times. They're very easy to spot, very obvious sitting out there on the chart. Um, and I guess it could be unobvious if you just started trading, but look at the chart, look at look at a specific price range or price level, and say, okay, let me look back to the most recent point that this thing was tested. If you can't find any, well, it's probably not obvious. And you just do that over and over again until you find some type of trend, some type of pattern there. Now, the pattern could be different. It could be like a head and shoulders pattern. And then the next time it comes down to that level, it could just be a straight spike through that level. But some type of reaction happened in that price range, in that price level. What is the reaction is what we're looking for. And that's what we mean by test. Like if it's testing a trend, it's reacting to that price level. Whether it's just, you know, bouncing back off of it, if it consolidates around it before it moves through it, anything. But if it just falls through it without any respect, just falls through it, it's like, that's doesn't look like a significant level, because a significant level will cause a reaction. Internal Revenue Service Math and Taxpayer Help Act. Electronic filing. Trending now, the SAVE Act. Bill to prohibit federal employees from organizing, joining labor unions for purposes of collective bargaining and or representation. Disapproval under title. What's this one? Let's see. A bill to prohibit federal employees from organizing, joining, or participating labor unions for purposes of collective bargaining or representation and for other purposes. Okay, so is she fighting this bill or is she with it? Let's see this bill in the first stage. It is induced sponsor. Okay, she's a sponsor. Cool. 6% chance of being. Oh wow, 6% chance. Yeah, that may not pass. Let's see, Life at Conception Act. They're still arguing about that. Oh man. Let's see what we got here. What chance does it have? 1% chance of being enacted. Life at Conception Act. To implement equal protection under the 14th article of amendment to the Constitution for the right of life, born, pre-born human person. Okay. Introduced January 24th, 2025. Co-sponsors, 73 co-sponsors. Let's see. To terminate the Department of Education. Bill to exclude locality adjustments from average pay for purposes of computing the amount of retirement annuities of new employees, protection of women and girls in sports, abolish the ATF Act, Federal Employee Return to Work Act. Interesting, a lot of acts being looked over. But these are the 13 upcoming bills. Okay. Senators. Anyway, just looking through, seeing what they got cooking on the books. Looks like PRTG is under the 12 now, under the $12. I think it's going to be a nice little trap on today. I think the shorts are going to win that battle. And it looks like volume's drying up on it anyway. So I'll leave it there. I haven't traded SOXS or XOSL recently because it seems like every time I get ready to trade it, there's something else that's moving with better range. I traded it back last year a lot, just kind of getting some data from it. I did make money on it, following the market as it made, really good pushes up or down, and it got beyond those ATR levels on either side. If it was to the short side, I'll be playing SOXS. If it was to the long side, I would be playing XOXL. So I really wasn't shorting. I was just going long on either the inverse or the one that was following it. But yeah. We'll see though. We shall see. Waiting for something else to pop up other than PRTG. What is MLGO doing right now? Is it still getting traded heavy? MLGO. Came back up to 17. How much volume is on this thing? ML. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be coming back up here pretty soon. It's got 1 million shares traded, but I really don't know. Up 6%. Hopefully it just fails out like we've been waiting for it to do for a long time. It does not deserve to be up here, even above $10, really. But since people believe it needs to be up there, it is up there. Belief holds up the market, right? Looking like oil is about to go back over 70. It's at 69.99. The tariffs are not a new frontier, but they are a new frontier in our age and time. So I want to kind of see what they do to the overall market, especially probably the day before, like Tuesday. Just see the overall sentiment. Does it just completely consolidate, and people are like, "Ooh, we don't want to push this thing either way because, we may be caught in some fire." So I'm expecting some hard consolidation next week on the overall market. Hard consolidation. But if MLGO or some other Chinese stock leads today, I'm just gonna kind of walk away today for real. I'm good. I've tasted and seen that when China is in front, like I was talking to Donnell yesterday about China being in front, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Crazy stuff be happening. Markets flip. Just insane. But I'm just looking for this 19,850 to hold today. I was watching Tesla yesterday, but the only problem was the market was going down, and that's what kept me out of Tesla. By the time it reached this ATR high right here and it turned around, the market was doing the exact same move, and I was like, first of all, this thing is too high. Pulled down here to like 283 around right before lunchtime. Did this little pop up, but the market was still moving down even during this pop up, and then it got this big trench fall right here. I was like, yeah, today ain't the day for Tesla. Let's see what Nvidia looks like. Nvidia did a similar move there. It's almost 7:30. This thing has pretty much just gone stagnant here. Anyway, if you guys are seeing anything else, you want me to check out something else, definitely drop it into the chat, and we will jump over to it. Because right now we're just sitting and waiting, being patient. Go see what old Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin at 84, 85. It is all red right now. Okay. Let's see. So let's see if we can come on down. PRTG starting to slip. 1150s. Like I said, I think we can get back under 10, but you know, I know some people at the open are gonna come and buy it up, and it's gonna probably come back to this level of the 1270. But still, the idea behind this is just too weak. Too weak. I'd rather not have Catalyst at all than have Catalyst like it has. Hey guys, come and believe in this theory we've created with no testing. Come buy into us so we can have the funding for our research that we need. And we can sell you all the shares and let you hold that while we try to figure this out. That's how I feel about PRTG right now. Okay, so oil did pop on through that 70 level. Previously tested this, what? It's 3 times now, huh? Coming up here to this 70. But I don't know if it's going to be able to do anything on a Friday. It's probably just going to chill out. Plenty of 70-ish, 70-ish level. Mhm. This is that part of trading where it's like, look, just focus on what comes on the scans. If it's not scanned, don't go digging for it. If nothing shows up, we're still good to go. We're good to go. Because it may be something like a penny stock or something moving, but I'm not going to go digging for it. You know what I mean? Could be something like just something cheaper. That's not going to give us the moves that we want. And it could go crazy today. But I want to look for those things that are put me in position to continue consistency and continue to get that minimum uh, profit that I want. Looking for that 30 cents per trade into the profit. And even if you're trading, let's say if you're trading with 50 shares, okay, times 30 cents, that's 15 bucks, right? And so you just be like, okay, well, if I can do that, let's say 75 shares with that 30 cents, 22 bucks. And so you're just increasing your pay as you continue your consistency, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So 230 cents is 60 bucks. That's all we want. Get that 30 cents and dip. Or get that 30 cents and throw a hard stop in there if it's going to continue. But a lot of times these small caps, they come and stop you out. Now that's why I kind of take profit on the way up, because they can at any time shorts can come in and step on its throat. And there you go, caught in a wick down. So if I'm gonna get a wick down, let me at least have some profit off the top. Okay. So 730 just hit. It's gonna continue to push down. Okay, NQ doing some weird stuff here. Let's see if we can actually hold up this 19,850. Going on down there. See if it reacts to this level again. All right. Well, we have reached 730. Haven't seen anything during pre-market that warrants a trade. I think this 1270 is going to become a major problem for this stock. What's the ATR on this? ATR on PRTG yesterday's close was 40 cents. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot bigger today. It's probably going to be like 70 cents to a dollar. This movement, it moved what, 5? It's going to move up. But all I know is yesterday it was at 40 cents. So will it revert back to trading 40-cent range or 40 cents a day is a question. Problem is, once we get super close to the open, anything that pops up will probably need to pull back. And mine, since I'm trading on a 15-minute, um, you know, it's gonna take a while for it to pull back for me. So anything that's super close, like after say 7:45 ish, 7:45 to 8, 8:15, 8:30. So anything after 7:45 is probably gonna have to pull back anyway. So I just keep my eyes open for that. And I want to see it come and absolutely demolish PRTG. Anyway, we pretty much seen everything that could be seen during this. If anything else pops off, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. I'll update you guys like I always do, what I'm watching and all that good stuff. But for now, I will be watching for PRTG to not be the number one stock, basically. Anyway, I'm about to buzz on out of here. Guess I'll turn my light on now. Since I'm about to get off. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Remember, this is the we only got one more trading day in this month, which is Monday. I'm gonna try to keep profit in my pocket today. If something does pop up that I can actually trade, great. But if not, I'm okay. Sitting where I'm sitting, I'm still green on the month. And, looking into the next month, especially with all of this new news coming out on the tariffs and how that's going to unfold. So we'll see. Today, though, I'm expecting the beginning of some consolidation. Not expecting any kind of crazy moves by these large caps or mid caps, but looking for consolidation. Maybe may do like a range play if it shows itself today. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And as always, I will see you guys on Monday morning, or actually, I'll see you guys in the Discord here shortly. But definitely back on the stream Monday morning. And as always, I'll see you guys. Let me see. Is anything? Am I leaving anything else out? Tariffs. New news on Wednesday. We got a speaker today around lunchtime. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one and peace out.